everyone, and welcome to Miss Beth's Place. Tonight, I am going to make for y'all an old recipe that's been around. I know this is established 1939. I've been making these cookies, I know, since my oldest two kids were young. Actually, even before that. So, this was 1939. So they are 38 and 40. So, but this has been around a long time. It's the Nestle Tall House cookies. So I've got everything, I think, laid out for y'all. This is a simple recipe. I'm going by the back of the bag. If I don't cut the recipe in half. Okay, so I'm going to read the ingredients to you first because that's what I always do. It's got 2.5 cups of all-purpose flour, 1 tablespoon, or excuse me, that's teaspoon, baking soda, 1 teaspoon of salt, 1 cup of butter or 2 sticks, softened, 3/4 of a cup of regular sugar, 3/4 of a cup of packed brown sugar, 1 teaspoon vanilla extract, 2 large eggs, and 2 cups of semi-sweet chocolate morsels. And if you would like, you can put a cup of pecans or any kind of nuts you want into it. So let's get started. It says preheat oven to 375. I've got that preheating. The first thing it says is in a small bowl combine your flour, your baking soda, and your salt. And I've done that here. And I fluffed it up. I just put a little salt. I didn't put quite a teaspoon because my butter is salted. All right, first thing we're always going to do, or I always do, is I'm going to put the butter in. So this butter is very soft. I'm going to have to pour everything out off of my saucer into there. I'm going to cream this together really good. Let me get me a spoon. Now, I'm not going to cook all of these tonight. What I am going to do is I'm going to make them all out in balls for y'all. But I'm going to make a small pan for me and my husband to eat. And then the rest of them, I'm going to flash freeze them like the other day when I made the biscuits. So when we get ready for cookies, I don't have to go through this process every single time. I can just go in my freezer, pull out my Ziploc bag, get a couple of cookies, however many I want, whether it's 6, 8, 10, however many I got, and put them on a pan and bake them in the oven. So the second ingredient is going to be sugar. I've got 3/4 of a cup of sugar and brown sugar and vanilla. So here's 3/4 of a cup of sugar. And I'm going to cream this first. This to be really creamy. And I didn't melt the butter, but I got it really softened. Alright. I'm going to let that go. Alright. Stir that around. Make sure there's not any on the bottom that didn't get in. If y'all don't have a stand mixer like this, you can definitely use hand mixer. Now I'm going to add 3/4 of a cup of packed brown sugar. I hadn't got it measured out yet, but I'm fixing to. And when it says packed, you want it to be as much in there as you can possibly get. I don't know why they don't just say put a whole cup instead of 3/4 of a cup. I like brown sugar. There's my brown sugar. 3/4 of a cup. All right. Let's bring that up good. The next thing I'm going to add in is vanilla. One teaspoon or 1 tablespoon. I like a lot of vanilla. All right. So chew. Make sure. I see some lumps in my brown sugar, so make sure they smashed in there good. All right, next thing is going to be, read my directions. So I got all that cream together. Now it says to add your eggs one at a time, beating well after each addition. And then you start mixing in the flour. And the last thing is I'm going to stir in my morsels. That didn't look creamy enough, so I had to mix it some more. Now my eggs. And I like to add my eggs in one at a time, but I also like to break them into something before I put them into my cake because I don't want to put any eggshells in there. I don't want no crunchy cake. Same thing, scrape it down. Okay, now we're going to start adding our our flour in. Beat in flour mixture gradually, stir it, and then stir in our morsels. So. very slowly. Look at all that stuck on there. Whew. Gotta stir it in. At this point, I'm going to take the beater off. Get all the good stuff off of it. And I'm going to stir this good because I can still see some flour around the edges. We don't want no flour that's not mixed in good. Oh, my oven's done preheated. Now we've got our semi-sweet chocolate chips morsels. And we're not going to mix these with the mixer because we don't want them all mushed up. Again, I got to save this because it's got my recipe. It says to bake the oven at 375, 9 to 11 minutes or until golden brown. And then cool for 2 minutes. I don't know if I can cool them for 2 minutes or not. We eat them. I got this on 350. Let me turn it on 375. Now, while that's finishing up, I'm going to find me a couple of big, nice pans. Look at these. I'm going to play some cleanup. I like to clean my kitchen as I go. That way, when I'm get done, it don't look like a war zone. Let me get some parchment paper. I'm going to put some parchment paper on my pans. Oh, that might be too much parchment paper. Got carried away with that piece. Well, this piece. Now, clear off some space where I can get to it. If you ever have issues with your paper sticking to the pan, if you'll get a wet cloth and wet your pan, your parchment paper will stick perfectly and will not come up. Isn't that cool? All right, take you off there. I'm gonna put this bad boy over here. See what I'm doing? Now. Ooh, these chocolate chips smell good. I had some some milk chocolate ones here. I could use those. If you like your chocolate chips to be sweeter, you can use the milk chocolate ones. Now they have lots of different things, different kinds of chips you could put in your cookies. So if you don't even like chocolate chips, you could put peanut butter chips. You could use butterscotch. They have all kinds at the store now you can go choose from. All right. Let me get a spoon and wash my hands. Now, like I told you a while ago, I'm not going to bake all of these off tonight, but I am going to show you about how many I can make. I'm going to make these into a ball, about like that. That's how I'm going to do these. I don't want to be too big, don't want to be too small. Play around with it. Here, Racket, it's my husband over there watching TV. All right. Now, let's see. I always wonder how many these will make. I got a cookie all over my hands. Because usually I always wonder. It says about 5 dozen cookies. Now, I never get that many out of my bags of cookies. Unless I make them really, really small. So, I feel like I might get 3 dozen instead of 5 dozen. But we'll see. All right, I'm going to continue to roll these out, and then I will come back to you and show you what I got. Got all my cookies made out, so I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's 20 cookies over here. There's 20 on this tray. Let's count these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 23 plus 20 is 43 cookies. Now, 4 times 12 is 48. So that's not even 4 dozen cookies, right? So, like I told y'all, I've never been able to get 5 dozen cookies. And these are not that big. They're that size. Okay, so I got my oven preheated, 375. I'm going to pop some of these in there. I think I'm going to put some of these back over here, and I'm going to add a different pan. I just wanted to show y'all how many I can make, and then the rest of them I'm going to freeze them. Let me put a piece of parchment paper on this little pan. Now, the other day I did this with biscuits. I don't know if y'all saw that video or not. I'll show you my biscuits. The biscuits I made the other day. I just made a few. That'll do a couple of meals right there. But that's how I did my biscuits. So when I get ready for a biscuit, they're not sticking together or anything. I just get them out. Same thing's going to be with these cookies. I'm going to freeze these two big pans. And the other ones, these right here on this little pan, I'm going to cook. Get that to stick. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's do 9. 9 cookies. Now, if you roll your cookies out, and you don't think they look very attractive, like if you don't see enough chocolate chips showing, just get you some extra chips and put on them. Decorate them up. Or you could pop some peanut butter flavored ones on there if you wanted to. I hope that thing is okay. All right. So these are the ones I'm going to bake for y'all. And these are the ones I'm going to freeze. I'm going to flash freeze them first. Oh, got some pans in here I need to get out of this oven. I forgot that was in there. Alrighty. I'm going to cook those. It says 9 to 11 minutes. Look what I found. It's Max. It's Maximus. It's Thunder Max. You want a chocolate chip cookie? Sorry, you can't have no chocolate. They'll make you sick. Tell everybody hello. Hello. Okay. So while those are cooking, gonna put these over into the freezer. You don't have to have these far apart. Actually, I could probably put them all on one pan. Because they're not going to spread out in the freezer. Again, I'm just flash freezing these. And then I'm going to take them all out. Throw them in a Ziploc bag. And when we get ready for cookies, we will have cookies. And we won't have to cook them. Or, excuse me, we won't have to mix them up. We'll just cook them. All right. Got those. Stick them in my refrigerator. Freezer. Okay. When those cookies get done, I will come back with y'all. Nine minutes later. Let's see what we got. Oh, these look pretty. I don't like my cookies to be dark. These look perfect. 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 How do y'all like y'all's cookies? You like them crunchy? Do you like them soft? I like mine soft. I like them warm. And I like them with a big glass of cold milk with ice in it. Yes, ice. You gotta have ice. Let me find something to get these up with. Perfect. I was telling a story earlier, but y'all weren't on the camera. First time I ever had cookies like this was when my mother-in-law, she wasn't my mother-in-law at the time, but she was my mother-in-law shortly after. She told me one day she was gonna make some chocolate chip cookies, some Nestle Tall House cookies from scratch. And I grew up kind of poor. It was me and my brothers, and my mom worked full time. My mom and dad were divorced, and to us, a great snack was a box of cereal or a bag of Doritos. And it was the taco flavored Doritos at the time that was so good. So when she said she was going to make some homemade cookies, my mind went crazy. Because I had never had home-baked cookies. So these were some of the first homemade cookies I had ever had in my adult life. I think at the time I was probably about 18. So that's a long time to go without homemade cookies. So if you got kids at home, make them some homemade cookies. They will cherish it. They will remember it. Trust me. And get you some ice cold milk to drink with them. Now while y'all was waiting on me to bake these cookies, I got my sourdough starter out and fed it. That's Sally. And that's Sophia. And they doubled. So they're doing good. I'm going to attempt to make some sourdough bread tomorrow because I have attempted it twice now. And both the loaves look like giant weights that you could use at the gym to build your muscles. And I had give up, but I was like, no, I'm not going to give up. I'm not going to give up. So I'm going to try it again. And I'll let y'all know how that goes. Pray for me. Well, thank y'all for coming by tonight and watching me make the Nestle Tall House cookies with the semi-sweet morsels. And I post this picture. I did put it on the video, but you can buy these in any store. The recipe's on the back. No excuses. Go make you some cookies. They're very easy. You saw what I did. Just follow my directions. If you don't think you can do it on your own, bake them at 375 on a pan with some parchment paper on it. If you like yours to be runny and you don't want to bake them for 9 minutes, bake them for 6 or 7 minutes. Just keep a watch on them and bake them at the time you want them to be, the consistency that you like. Well, I'm going to eat me some chocolate chip cookies, y'all, and I'm going to drink me some milk. I hope y'all have a blessed night. Thank y'all for coming by. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and let me know what your favorite cookie is and how you like your cookies. Do you like them soft? Do you like them crunchy? Do you like them cold? Do you like them hot? Do you like them with milk or sweet tea or water? Do you like to dip your cookies in your milk? Let me know below how you like to eat your cookies. Have a great night. I'll see y'all on the next video. God bless. Mmm. Good.
Hey, how you doing?